The Rams injured Taysom, so I hereby put a pox on hashtag Rams House. I wish you nothing but injuries, pain, and more injuries. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast, always with perfect pronunciation.
Same thing as Demario Thomas. I mean, I don't know, Demario Thomas is like...
It's a linebacker and a receiver, and he just maxed them up.
Anyway, Demario Davis, same thing.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlboro. I'm joined by Dave, Andrew, Thomas running the show back in Poland. Thanks, everybody in the chat. I see Oppenheimer. I see Lewis. I see EJ. I see Who Dat Golfer, who sent me a care package via his wife, your boy Alan, Jerry. Ton of people in the chat tonight. Thanks, guys. On tonight's show, Saints lost to the Rams. Is it Derek Carr's fault? Taysom's injury. What the hell did the Saints do now on offense besides suck? And Major League Baseball invented a stupid rule, the golden at bat or something. So we are going to invent the golden needle for the NFL, and that's going to be fun. Plus the hotline, which you people, the Saints lose. You continue to disappoint Thomas and Dave with the hotline. Do better. We'll get to that. Plus your questions, and we'll preview the Giants game. As always, if we reach $100 in donations, I will drink something horrible the patrons have sent me. Who Dat Golfer sent me a care package via his lovely wife. Andrew, I got sour berry vodka, 99 proof. I got spicy tamarind vodka, 80 proof. I don't even know what tamarind is. That it's got a skull and crossbones on it.
Right? What's tamarind? Dave would know.
Disgusting.
What's tamarind?
So that's what I'll be drinking.
We actually. It's funny you mentioned this, Andrew, because I'm sure you'll be, if you're a patron, you'll be able to listen to the behind the scenes posted later this week, and you'll hear Ralph had no idea how to even pronounce tamarind. He was like, Tam I-R-N. He didn't need to know what we're doing, and it was like tamarind. Yeah.
Ralph can't say
anyway,
anyone's
but I
name
did
right.
look it up because I didn't know exactly what it was. I know that it's a flavor. Right? Yeah, it's a Swedish fruit. Not Swedish, the country. Sweet-ish, as in like sweet,
making it rain.
Kind of sweet-ish. And I know it's like tamarind paste is a popular ingredient, and I think Asian food.
The Marantz is off the wagon.
But so I looked it up, and it's like a peanut, kind of. It's like, it looks like it's a legume, and it's a fruit, and it looks like a peanut, and it's got a shell, but it is kind of like a.
Oh, so it's like in the lychee family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's kind of soft, pasty, dark red, brown.
Pasty, so it's kind of like Ralph. It's actually like a perfect typecast.
It's like Ralph's nether region.
Yeah. Thanks to Oppenheimer for donating $2. Thanks for Kevin for being in the chat. Thanks to Matt for $5. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. All right.
You know what? While we're if you're having issues in the chat, if you're hearing issues with my microphone, with static or feedback or fuzz or whatever, let us know in the chat.
Yes,
I'm curious if other people hear it because I never hear it.
You never hear it because you're deaf.
I'm hearing it a little bit, but it's not bad.
You have problems with hearing, Dave. You admitted that.
I do have significant hearing loss as diagnosed by a doctor. Yes,
there is that fuzz, says Matt.
Yeah.
So thanks. So listen, they lost to the Rams. Andrew, was it Derek Carr's fault? I feel like, should he have gotten the ball off? Should he have thrown the pass? Like, at the end of the game,
I didn't read that Nick Underhill article. Can you summarize that for me? I know he kind of like went into a deep dive on like he took 4 seconds, and one of the first things he said was, "We're not going to blame Foster Moreau because even though he was blocking Jared Verse, like if Foster Moreau holds that block for 4 seconds, then like
you got 4 seconds. That's an eternity.
Yeah, let's throw that out the window." So, what was his conclusion? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, his conclusion was it was like like that like the Rams kind of covered it, and like maybe Derek Carr should have broke the pocket. Like he should have got it off. You got to like make an attempt there, but like sometimes it goes that way. My thing was,
I guess like, okay, so my view of Carr has always been that he's pretty haphazard at climbing the pocket and escaping the pocket. Like he's not super athletic. He's not super quick. And sometimes he climbs the pocket and man,
wait a minute. I have video of him playing on lowered goalposts against 9 other 12-year-old 7th graders. I would venture to guess that or say that he is absolutely athletic. I'm gonna dispute everything you just said right there.
I think he's athletic, but he's like, just because he's athletic doesn't mean he knows how to climb the pocket. He should be better on the move than he is. He should be better out of structure than he is, but he's not. Yeah, and my point was, I kind of bungled it in Twitter. But
I interrupted Andrew. I want to hear what he was going to say too.
Go.
I mean, my view is it's easy to say normally you need to get the ball out in X amount of seconds. I get that, but there's more to the calculus than that. How many rushers do they have? How many blockers do you have? Like, are you at an advantage there? Mm-hmm. If so, that buys you a little bit more time. Also, you have a blind spot, which is where the sack actually came from. But you also can visualize pressure as it comes. And so if you feel like your line is, at least what you can see, protecting you properly, and you're trusting your blind side because hypothetically your blind side is your best blocker and you're choosing to trust him, then maybe you have. So I'm not trying to defend Carr necessarily, but I like maybe you should have stepped in the pocket.
Well, apparently.
But here's the thing. The play was covered. And so at the end of the day, like when you look at it, there was maybe an opportunity at the very beginning of that play to fire it. Like if you freeze frame the snap and like 1 second in, MVS runs a hitch route and there is an argument, like it's pretty much covered up, but there's an argument to be made that he could throw it to a spot and maybe get not a touchdown, but maybe get a first down. So if you want to crucify him for that, sure. Like how many quarterbacks actually pull the trigger there, make that play, and trust the guy that joined the team a month ago? Like,
But if you were going to trust the Saints receiver,
it's going to be MVS. I mean,
no. I actually think Kevin Austin is who he would trust more in that situation than MVS. MVS is someone he trusts on a deep ball, maybe. But
wait, we confirmed his name is Kevin Austin, so that's not Miles Austin Jr. This is really disappointing.
That's true.
I kind of wish you didn't tell me that. I kind of just wanted it to be Miles Austin Jr.
Well, my thing with
anyway, he comes off that the play's completely covered, so there's nowhere to go with the ball. And yes, ideally you have a quarterback that moves his platform as opposed to being stationary so that he buys himself time. And I think and look, we're talking about a split second. Like he's starting his throwing motion. Juwan Johnson is wide open. And as he's kind of coming forward, the back of the ball gets tipped. The nose of the football gets tipped. I think eventually it's actually not called a sack or a strip. It's called an incomplete pass. Officially, it's ruled as such. And so, like, another 0.15 seconds and it's an easy touchdown. So
and then we're having the lead of the show was Rizzi right to go for 2? Right. He said after he was like, I'm going for 2. I was going for 2. Our defense was we did not want overtime was not what we wanted. So we would have been debating that. My only point was on Twitter was Derek Carr is dreadful in the red zone. They have a 4-minute reel on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can find it. It's of him being awful in the red zone as a Raider, and he hasn't really gotten any better with the Saints. Like he's kind of dreadful in the red zone. Even on the passes that he makes are kind of like YOLO throws to Juwan Johnson, and it just kind of works out. So that was my point. Like it was just, to me, it was a confluence of very bad luck. You knew when Taysom got injured that it was going to come down to like 2 plays where you'd have been like, it would have been helpful to have Taysom, and they didn't, and they lost.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, so first of all, you guys, were you talking about the last play of the game? There was
Mhm.
Okay, because hand up, I don't know if I saw that. I was probably halfway through parking garage 5.
You left
on my way
early?
to my. Wait, wasn't this like a what? I don't remember. Didn't I leave early?
He
Did
can't.
we?
How drunk
What
did
was?
you get at this game?
I didn't drink that much, but I mean, like, I don't remember the situation. I thought, or maybe I left after, or maybe I left after that play, and then. How much time was left on the clock after that play?
A minute.
Oh yeah. Maybe I left after that play. Maybe that's what it was. But wait, no, I wanted to share my thoughts. Look, Andrew was upset because he was having to defend Derek Carr. I'm not really sure why he has to defend Derek Carr. I feel like he's only defending Derek Carr because, Ralph, you're throwing shots at him and you're putting his name in the rundown and blaming him for the loss of this game. I'm not sure where this is coming from. Look, Derek Carr obviously has his issues. I'm not his biggest fan. I never will be.
Agreed.
He was not the problem in this game, Andrew. I listened to you guys immediately post game after the game on my at night after
great.
I got
Should
home.
we talk about Tulane now then?
No. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
We'll do that later.
Yeah, look at the chat, Dave. Oppenheimer's shit talking you all the time, man.
I don't really care what they say. Never mind. And, Andrew had not negative things to say about Derek Carr, and I feel the same way. If I was going to say anything about Derek Carr, it's that, going back to what you were saying, he holds on to it maybe a little too long. And, like Andrew was saying, maybe some of that, maybe there's more to that than we think or realize. Maybe he's reading plays, reading coverages, and changing his... how deciding he can hold the ball longer or shorter based on that. But what I do think, where I do think he's lacking is just a feeling of pressure, being able to feel that pressure from the blind side or whatever. And like you guys were saying, climbing the pocket, avoiding that pressure. I think he's a little, he's lacking in that department, but I don't think he had anything to do with the Saints losing this game. What's frustrating to me in watching this game is, you watch the Saints, you watch the first half, and they go into the locker room and they're up 6-0. And in a lot of ways, you're feeling good about that because they're leading. Like, it's hard to feel bad about them winning, but also you're feeling, hey, we missed a field goal. One of those should have been a touchdown. We should have put more points on the board. And what's really frustrating is when you come out of the half and the other team gets the ball and they immediately take the lead on their first drive with one possession and erase an entire 30 minutes worth of work that you did in the first half. And that's where they're losing the games to me. And that's what frustrates me as a fan, is that when you play well, when you're beating another team, like on defense, they had Matthew Stafford. They had him beat. They put up a record 0 points against Sean McVay for 4 or 5 years. In 4 or 5 seasons, he's never not scored at least 1 point in the first half of a game as head coach of the Rams. And you go out there and you go ahead and do this, and your defense plays great. And to only come away with...
Audio sucks, my God.
God, what is fucking going on? And to only come away with 6 points and to not get more of a cushion to help your defense. No, in the first half, the defense played well enough to score, to get zero, to hold them to 0 points.
You know what his audio sounds like, Ralph? It sounds like there's a fax machine that's like printing off.
That's right.
A million copies.
Does it sound like I'm trying to log in to play Oregon Trail every 2 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, guys, like, I feel like we have to call like what this is like. I understand that you guys are.
Why is that quality so terrible? It does not sound like that on my phone.
I hear Dave's frustrations, and to some degree I share them, but like the better team won. The Saints didn't stop Matthew Stafford. Stafford stopped himself. Like he was awful in the first half. He was missing throws that he normally makes. The fourth down they decide to go for, he throws a deep ball, which is the most Derek Carr thing ever on 4th and 3, just throwing a deep ball and overthrowing the receiver by 3 yards. I mean, at least Derek Carr would have thrown a 50-50 ball there, and been somewhat accurate, or maybe underthrown it. But like, he overthrew that ball by 5 yards. And so Stafford, like they went 3 and out on the first drive. Then, he screwed up on the 4th down play. He missed other throws. So like, and on the other side of the ball, I thought the Saints controlled the clock. They moved it. They ran the ball well. They got first down. So, I think it's easy to look at that game and like, who do we point the finger at? Is it Carr? Is it this? Is it that? Like the better team won, boys. End of the day. And here's what I hate like about the Saints fan base that frustrates me is I feel like they have turned me into a Jameis Winston hater. And it's not that I ever hated Jameis. It's that the praise was inaccurate. And then they turned me into a Derek Carr defender. And it's not that I was ever that either. It's that I don't think he's as bad as they claim he is. And so now there's this whole clamoring to play Rattler. And I'm like, God. I refuse.
We've seen that movie before.
That's also stupid. And yet, like, I'm not gonna hate the kid. Like, I refuse to do that. I'm not gonna go down the whole Jameis rabbit hole again and be this like Spencer Rattler hater. Like, I'm not gonna do that to the kid. I'm not.
Well,
here's like we'll see how he develops. I'm rooting for him, and I'm not gonna let Saints Twitter infect me and give
You're a better man than me.
A negative feeling about Rattler. Like, I'm rooting for the kid. So like, like that's how I'm going to play that. But look, at the end of the day, when I look at just Carr in this game, like, yeah, you can nitpick, like this play should have happened. Like if he throws the pick that should have been a pick, right? It goes right through the linebacker's hands. Like, it was the easiest catch ever. Like if that interception is executed, I think it's a lot easier to crush Derek Carr. And that interception didn't happen. And so then if you look at what he did statistically, like he involved a lot of receivers. He spread the ball around. Like the Saints moved the ball pretty well. They dominated time of possession. He never turned it over. He didn't take any sacks, despite the fact that his offensive line is a fucking joke, right? So at the end of the day, like, I'm kind of okay with how Carr played it. It doesn't mean I'm saying he's good. But the better team won.
Well, here's
the Rams a while to get warmed up, but the truth of the matter is the better team won, and the Saints are too injured to beat that team.
Well, here's my thing.
That's what's frustrating, Andrew, because you are 100% right. The better team won. I would never argue that the Saints, should not be winning many games this season going forward. Especially now with Taysom out.
Giants and Rams are doable.
Yeah, but that's what's frustrating though is because we had the chance. Like we caught the Rams off guard.
They were
flat-footed in the first half. We caught them. We had a chance. We could have not necessarily stepped on their throats, but we could have put some pressure on them. We could have put some points on, and we could have built ourselves a little cushion for when we inevitably, like we knew we were going to do, collapse in the second half, so that maybe we could survive and win the game. And that's what's frustrating. That's what's annoying.
Here's the reality, though. Like, let's say Carr gets that ball out a split second sooner. Juwan Johnson scores a touchdown. Let's go a step further and say that despite this dog shit offensive line, despite the fact that Taysom Hill was injured, and that the last 2-point play, like,
was a miracle from God
by throwing a 50-50 ball to Dante Pettis, which is about the worst fucking play call ever, right? And somehow it worked. Let's humor like this sliding doors thing and say that the Saints would have scored on the 2-point conversion and they were up 1. I would have bet my livelihood that the Rams go down in 50 seconds, kick a field goal, and win the game.
The thing is, though, their field goal kicker sucks. Their field goal kicker sucks. I would have bet anything.
So
the Rams kicker suck. You could have rolled with Rizzi kicker magic.
And we get a 2-point conversion, we're losing anyway. And so my point here is when the Saints are overmatched, and the only way they were pulling this game off, despite all the things that happened, like they played hard, they played well. The game plan for the first half, it worked. It was kind of, you're right, Dave. Like it was kind of playing in our favor. But to me, the one thing that was missing was one shenanigan play. Like punter drops the ball, or a ball gets tipped and it gets picked off. Whatever.
Well, and instead we got opposite shenanigans because we got a missed field goal. Like even that 3 points would have helped. That would have been
Sure.
Well, the penalty on the touchdown was really bad luck. Like he goes to block him, he misses it. He whiffs on the block.
That was huge. That play was huge.
Yeah. It's hard. And we're going to get to the Taysom injury in a second.
Well,
did we lose Ralph? Did Ralph just die?
Probably.
Yeah, his connection has kind of sucked. But while we wait for him to get back, Andrew, you're drinking Sazerac. You're drinking Sazerac rye. I'm actually drinking. I wanted to talk about this. Actually, I'm drinking Metnog. I'm drinking Smith and Cross.
Back. It's back.
It's December 3rd, where it's officially Metnog season.
Nice.
Happy Honda days.
Can you talk to us about your Metnog recipe? What's the?
I was about to expound on that. This is probably about 2 ounces of the bottom of a Smith and Cross bottle.
Nice.
And then the rest is Pennsylvania Dutch, my preferred eggnog, with a little ice and a little nutmeg and cinnamon sprinkled on top.
Sounds delicious. All right.
We may or may not ever get Ralph back.
Thomas, Ralph has lost power, so he is temporarily out.
He touched the wire. He touched the wire.
He touched the fucking wire.
What was number 2
Thomas,
on the rundown?
Can you tell me what the next topic is, and I'll frame it for us?
Yeah, that's right.
The next topic should be Taysom injury. What the hell do Saints do now on offense?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about this, Dave, with Ralph out. So Taysom Hill obviously had the injury.
Now they're fucked. That's it. We're done. Next topic.
Okay, next topic. Yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
I will tell you guys a thing that Zach Strief told me many years ago, a couple years ago, 2 years ago, let's call it.
Oh, there he is.
I talked to Zach, and I remember he was frustrated with like fans at the time clamoring that Taysom should get more touches, that he doesn't touch the ball enough, he doesn't play enough, and he's like, man, like he's over 30 and we're trying to get him through a season. And he's like, I feel like a lot of people are like, he's like, if we were to script something that gave him more than 8 to 12 touches, he wouldn't make it through a season. Like he plays too violently, and like, yeah, he's physical. He can run over corners. So like, there's not a lot of guys out there at the second level that can necessarily hurt him unless he takes a blow to the knee, which actually, ironically, is what happened in this game. But he's like, he plays a physical, violent brand. And so he's like, we have to monitor his touches. It's different from your traditional running back. And so that was the point that he made to me. And he was like, when you frame this on your shows, yeah, like you push back on the people that want high volume usage with him, because we're trying to use
that was
him
my
for
one
17
defensive
games. Yeah, we're trying to use him for 17 games, not 6. And I do feel like in recent weeks, and look, I understand Kubiak. Like there's been a lot of injuries. The Saints don't have any receivers. They're very like they're skill position guys. It's paper thin, and so the usage of Taysom has ramped up big time. And okay, so now he's hurt, and so that's just I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just telling a story that this is in my head. That Strief just being like, hey, you got to be careful.
Well, the thing is, it isn't. What's that movie where he's like, I got nowhere else to go. But I feel like the Kubiak. It isn't like the Saints have all these options, and you're like, man, you should have limited Taysom. You knew this was coming. Like the Saints against Cleveland, they don't got nothing else. Like Taysom led them in receiving yards. So like at some point, you just got to be like, look.
And I get it, Ralph, too, because it's like the Saints have to win every game. Like that, like it's do or die every week now. It's a playoff game, so. there reaches a point where you're mathematically eliminated, and then you ramp down his usage, potentially. But like right now, you gotta try to win games and do whatever it takes to win them.
The one thing I want to say about Taysom and the injury is bleep the Rams. That we're not going to show the hit because we don't like to get like copyrighted and all that for the show. But that hit, I don't know that it was
about. We show highlights all the time.
Not during the show. Not.
We do.
No, we don't. We don't show like video plays because you get copyrighted. But I'm going to say that play, it's not a penalty play and it's not necessarily illegal, but it's really, really
like a helmet / shoulder to the knee cap.
And he wasn't even like trying. He was just like kneeling down, like waiting for Taysom to he got there and he's just like, Taysom's going to run into my knee. Like it was borderline dirty. And all I'm saying is the Rams receivers, Kupp, Puka Nacua, Stafford, they're all old. They all get injured. And I'm not saying, and Dave and Andrew, I don't believe in karma, but I will say this. I enjoy when bad things happen to people I don't like. And when the injuries come for the Rams, I'm going to enjoy it. Because that on Sunday was dirty and unnecessary, and I hated them anyway. So I'm gonna enjoy that. And the thing is with Taysom,
dirty. Wait, really dirty and unnecessary. What are you saying? I mean,
I'm saying like that play, like he wasn't trying to tackle him. He wasn't trying to even dive at his knee. He just.
I wish we could see a replay of this because now I'm curious. Because obviously I never seen this. I was in the stadium.
So
I'm curious to see this.
My view. So Taysom, like obviously this is a significant knee injury.
Are other people talking about this? Are we the only ones accusing people?
We're the only ones. Yeah. So it's an ACL plus, right? So ACL plus other damage.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is 35 years old.
Oh, he won the lottery. Oh, great.
My thing is, I remember when Taysom Hill destroyed his foot in Week 17 against the Falcons, and he had the Lisfranc surgery, and he on an impossible timeline, he was back by training camp.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time when he had the injury, we're like, well, it's Week 17. Like, we'll be lucky if he's back for Week 1. And oh no, he's ready to go. Training camp, first day of training camp, good to go. So we know Taysom Hill's a freak physically. Forget the age. Like no one's built like Taysom Hill. We know he's the strongest guy on the team.
And by the way, he had four season-ending knee injuries at BYU. Different,
right? So he knows how to rehab this. He knows how to. So
is that I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. Like, oh my God, this is a fifth one, and there's like, how many knee injuries can you have?
He's had a.
This is fucking crazy.
He's had a ridiculous.
My question
ACLs,
is,
PCLs, what?
If you're going Greek mythology here, is this Achilles? Is this the injury that brings him to his knees, no pun intended, and he's done?
It's the Achilles for the Saints offense.
Or is he 35 and he's just like, you know what? Like, I don't have psychologically, mentally, emotionally, like I have kids, I have a life beyond football. Like, is this it for me? Or is Taysom Hill the ultimate competitor? And at 35, is he like, there's no fucking way that is how I end my career? No way.
I take it back, Andrew. He's got a ton of injuries, but his injuries are knee patella sprain 2021, knee MCL sprain 2012, leg tibia fracture 2014, pedal foot, arm elbow sprain, head cranial concussion, the plantar,
where are you getting all of this from?
Plantar fasciitis, draft sharks, hand finger fracture.
I have plantar fasciitis.
Chest rib, abdominal muscle strain, foot bruise, a hand, a chest rib sprain.
He's never torn. So he's never torn either of his ACLs.
Well, but the thing is, this website also has the 2024 knee injury as a knee sprain grade.
What does Pro Football Doc have to say? What does Dr. Chow have to say?
Dr. Chow, between trips to the medicine cabinet?
Yeah, I don't.
He said it was bad.
I don't know
He
whether
said it was
Chow
bad.
is legitimate or not.
Well, Doomsday Ralph, I remember he was like, "Oh, Taysom had Liz Frank, like his career might be done."
Yes,
that was
that's
3
true.
years ago.
That's true.
That was three.
Well, anyway,
3 years ago, Ralph was like,
yeah.
Taysom's
Yeah.
probably not coming back.
Yeah.
It's probably over.
No. I certainly won't say
He's
that.
fucking back by training camp.
I certainly won't say that. I would say best case scenario, it's 50-50. Look, like he's 34, 35, whatever. He's up there in age for sure. I would say good news is maybe, according to Ralph, maybe he's never had an ACL tear, so this isn't like his second or third. If it was, that would be a big deal. I would be wary about that, but to Andrew's point, I think, and to Andrew's question, I think he's a competitor. I'll give this one personal story that's actually fairly recent, but before who did we play before the last game? Who did we play before the Rams?
I wish we had
Browns.
heard your audio quality, because that would
Oh
have
my
been
God!
huge.
Stop. Jesus. I really hope it ends up being bad on the finished product, because if it's not bad on the finished product, then you're just ruining the podcast.
You touched the wire, didn't you? You touched the wire.
I don't have a wire. I don't have a wire.
As a wire
That may or may not
toucher,
be part of the problem.
as a serial wire toucher, that sounds like wire touched audio.
It takes one to know one.
That's right.
Who was our last game? Who was our last game against? Who did we just lose to
The
before?
Brownies.
Beat the Browns. That's right. I'll say this: the Saints had a game against the Browns. That was last Sunday. Taysom was going to play golf on Tuesday. I had a conversation myself with Derek Carr. I personally had a conversation with the Derek Carr myself on Thursday or Friday.
So this is a Dave Carriello report.
This is a Dave Carriello report. I personally had a conversation with Derek Carr after that game. I want to say that Friday after that game, and Derek was like, "No, I have to take time. I have to recover. My body has to recover from a game like that. There's no way I'm playing golf." But Taysom was out there playing golf. So I say that to say, like, Taysom is like, he's like this freak. I think Derek Carr is the norm. That's the standard. Like, if you play in a football game on a Sunday, you could. I think it's totally within reason to take a week to get your body healthy and prepared so that you can go play another game. But Taysom is a beast of another animal, and he's going to spend his off day, playing another sport instead of resting or whatever. And that's my point. My point is like Andrew said, Taysom is this freak competitor. He's on another level. And so I would expect Taysom to come back from this, despite his age, despite the injury. I would expect Taysom to come back from this, and I'm not going to say he's going to be better than ever, but I would expect him to still be able to come back to the level that we're used to.
He'll
They
go
need
out
him to
on
come
his
back.
own.
And probably than you would.
Wait, run amok! $20 interception with no donation message. Hello?
So
Oh, hello, we're having some technical difficulties or something.
Oh, can you?
Hello?
Thomas, can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was something wrong with Discord or was it
I thought
just
that
me?
was on my end. Did the whole thing drop?
No,
Was it
I'm
just me
pretty
or
sure
was it
it's on
Discord?
Ralph's end or Thomas's end or
So
Discord's
Thomas,
end.
give us a donation update.
Oh, it was something on Discord. So right when that happened, we had a 20 buckaroo interception from. Oh, hello. What the hell is happening tonight, guys? Yeah, Kevin, we need you here, man.
question.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Louis Boston in the chat, 2017 audio full retro. Yeah, maybe even worse than that, guys. At least you can hear me. At least you can hear me. There's that.
I don't know what's. Are we back, or is what's going on?
Yeah, is it just me or you two guys?
Okay, now it seems like it's okay.
Yeah,
Something's happening with Discord, guys. Jesus. That's bad. Hello,
Andrew.
I mean, this is the whole
How's
thing
that?
is fucked, right?
How's that,
guys?
Are we back?
Better now.
Is it working?
Yeah, better now.
Something was wrong with Discord. I changed the server and seems to be better now. Hopefully.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh, all right.
So that was-
There's Kevin.
joined.
Hey, we summoned Kevin. That's what it takes to get Kevin in here.
Wow.
Tomas, can you hear my voice clearly?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't
You've
know if anybody can hear it.
You've actually never sounded more clear in my life ever. Whatever audio microphone you're using, you should use this moving forward.
Wait, hang on a second.
Wow.
Actually, never mind.
Yeah. That sounded
Even Dave's audio is better now. So
I don't think my audio was the problem. I'm beginning to think it was never me to begin with. I'm
Oh
beginning
no,
to think
it was you, man.
This is a you problem.
So before we get to
Kevin's
Kevin,
gone.
There we go.
Hey, we need
And now
technical
there goes
difficulties again to bring Kevin here.
Maybe Kevin will be back. But before Kevin gets back, I want to remind people: Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is a strawberry-flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, Cocktail and Sons, strawberry and lemon syrup, fresh strawberries from Jonesdale Farm in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof. The whiskey is blended and bottled at the Sugarfield Distillery in Gonzales, Louisiana. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season long. So support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today.
I
So
love how Kevin was on for 5 seconds, said hello, and then he's poof like a fart in the wind. He's gone.
he's gone. He's back.
Never
to
hear
his,
from him again.
Back to his woman. He's in love. Let him be.
He gone.
So here's my question before we got rudely interrupted by technical difficulties.
Yeah, before we got
wait, what were we
interrupted,
talking about before the
face to
technical
run a
difficulty?
mark for 20 Buckaroo donation, becoming the new MVP leader. We are at 34%.
There, come on, guys. Got to make it happen. My question was going to be, Andrew,
Oh, we were talking
don't
about
have-
Taysom.
Taysom. They don't have Taysom. Now the offense was duct tape, some broken wires, Kamara, Taysom, and MVS bombs. Now all it is Kamara and bombs to MVS. Is this offense gonna be good enough when they play in these rock fights with the Giants, with the Raiders, with Tampa? Are they going to be able to win games?
Okay, well, you threw a lot of teams at me there. Giants and Raiders, yes. Tampa, probably not. Kentre Miller's supposed to be back.
Yeah.
Lucas Patrick and Eric McCoy are supposed to be back. So, yeah, I mean, look, like, and they're getting some guys that will help. But there's no replacing Taysom Hill. So, yeah, I think Kevin's UDFA son, Dallin Holker, is going to need to play more. Adam Prentice is going to have to play more. Probably means more touches for Kamara. Everyone has to step up. Like, there's a new punt protector. There's a new, special teams changes. return game changes. So it affects everything.
What do you think is because Taysom was getting like 10, 12 touches a game, sometimes more. What do you think they do to do you think they lean more run? Do they or do they spread it around passes? What do you think it's if you had to guess, what do you think it would be?
I don't feel like they can lean more run than they are already running. I mean, the Saints are, I forget the stat that I saw, but it was like 60-something% runs, and it was by far and away number one in the league in terms of ratio discrepancy hedging towards running plays. So I don't see how they could run more than they already do. And there's been plenty of games where they don't run that well. Kamara's had one of his best seasons ever. And so I do think you give Kubiak deserves a ton of credit for how good the run game has been, especially when you consider how injured and bad the offensive line is.
Doesn't he deserve to?
I feel like if Kubiak had been given an offensive line that was both good and uninjured, like the running game would have averaged 5.5 yards a carry this year.
Whatever the fuck Kamara is doing with the needles, acupuncture needles, and the smoke, fucking do that to the entire fucking team. Make it fucking mandatory. Whatever, because Kamara's body has gone through more pounding than other than Taysom Hill. You can't tell me that anybody else on this team, their body has gone through more physically than Alvin Kamara, other than Taysom Hill. You can't tell me that. And yet Alvin Kamara is still here, week 13, whatever week we're in, still standing, still carrying the ball 20, 30, whatever times. And all these other guys dropping like flies. Whatever Kamara is doing, do that. Fucking do that. Copy that. Fucking follow him around. Go to his house in Bell Chase, wherever the hell he's living, Matt Bauer's house, whatever. I don't care. Do that. Hire that guy. Eat what he's eating. Hire his chef. Fucking figure it the fuck out. But like, obviously Kamara, and I'm being dead serious, and I'm going to give Kamara his props here, because honestly, you're talking about a guy who got into a fight and was in legal trouble in Las Vegas, but the guy, based on what we've seen on that video, unless that's propaganda, and maybe it was, I don't know.
Propaganda?
Well, I mean, unless that's not really his weekly routine. Maybe, I'm just saying. But assuming that's the guy, and I have to believe that it is, based on, again, week 13, he's still playing. He's taking a pounding. He's like the Energizer Buddy. He's taking a licking.
I like the idea of it being propaganda, though. I like the idea of it being propaganda and Nick somehow being like a state television station in like North Korea.
We don't have to get into a whole thing, but like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, Nick is a little bit on the inside.
That's racist.
Nick might be a little tainted as far as like being on the inside and being close. Like, I'm just like,
Dave, just so you know, you get canceled for saying that. You can't say that anymore. Look it up.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, but my point is like, seriously, like whatever Kamara's doing, everybody should be doing it, because it's obviously working for him. He's in incredible shape, incredible performance, week in, week out, despite all of the
dude has a broken hand, broken ribs. He's injured.
Right.
I want to put this out there to those of you that like shade Kamara when you say like, oh yeah, but he's never run for 1,000 yards. Like, that's a big thing that people will put out there. Like, yeah, he's never been an 1,000-yard rusher. Well, he's got 894. All right, so he's 106 yards.
How many receiving yards does he have?
Oh, he's got a 450. Forget that.
I mean, like he's over 1,000.
But with 5 games left, he needs 106 yards rushing. He basically needs like 20 yards a game to get to 106. Like, he might get there this week.
He will. The Giants are dreadful.
The Giants, like, certainly in 2 weeks. So, like, he needs 106 yards rushing. He's got another 450 receiving, which, by the way, is number one on the team in receiving yards. All right. So Kamara is arguably having the best season of his career. at
I don't
his
think that's
age. And so
debatable.
like, well, okay, maybe it's not like in terms of
2017.
efficiency and how prolific, fine. Maybe not the best year of his career. From a usage standpoint, it's certainly volume wise, it's certainly the most. And the Saints are running him into the ground more than ever at 30 years old. So, and he's doing it despite these injuries, despite the fact that this team is 4-8 and going nowhere fast. So, like, when you consider Michael Thomas and Lattimore, these guys with $100 million contracts that fucking refuse to play. And they're like, yeah, my hamstring's kind of bothering me. I don't know. I don't feel like playing. I got a laceration of my kidney, and I'm worried I'm gonna have internal stuff. So I'm gonna just sit out for the next 10 weeks, even though the prognosis was 2 to 6 weeks. Like, Kamara's like, no, fuck that. I'm playing. I don't give a shit.
And
like, I'm injured, but like, the game means too much to me. The fan base means too. We're 4-8. We're fucking 4-8. I'm not even playing for the playoffs. I'm not even playing to go to the Super Bowl. My team sucks. We're playing for draft picks. I'm still going out there injured because that's how much that means to me. Put Alvin Kamara in the Hall of Fame. Put him in the Ring of Honor. Put him in the Ring of Honor. Put him in now.
It's all of that is very honorable, but I will ask you, what if he was more like what you say, and what if he was a little bit more concerned about his body and made a few more business decisions? That way he was available, maybe next year or 2 years from now when we had a better team and we could use him, because you could make the argument he's wasted. We're wasted. Like, he's having this great year, but for what? To what end?
They're paying him top of the...
I feel like there was many years with Drew Brees where you could say the same thing. And you know what Drew would tell you? You know what Drew Brees would tell you? And we can debate whether this is right or wrong, but Brees would tell you that everything matters. Every snap, every play, every practice, every day. I have to show up because it matters.
And Dave,
That's
my
what
thing
Drew
is,
would tell you.
They're paying him top running back money. Like, they're paying him at the top of the market. There's no more save him for when they're good in 2027. No.
Well, you know what?
They paid him top of the market money. Use him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I respect him for always giving it, for whenever whenever his number is called, whenever he does get used, for giving it his all. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, and I'm not saying like this should be a Kamara decision. This should be a team decision or a Kubiak decision. But absolutely, Alvin Kamara, anytime his number's been called, anytime he's been asked to go out there and play, he has absolutely 100% given it his all. And that goes for on the field, and like we saw in that Underhill triplet New Orleans football thing, he goes above and beyond off the field too.
The one thing I'll say that's makes it even more impressive is these last 5 weeks. If it wasn't like this already, every team is just going to be like on the blackboard for the week. The Giants, by the way, are the worst run defense in the NFL, just in case you want to know. But yards per carry, 5.4.
Kubiak is listening. His ears just perked up.
But every team is going to be the last 5 weeks. If we just stop Kamara, guys, if we just stop Kamara from running the ball, we'll win this game going away. And I guarantee you, there's going to be a bunch of these games where Kamara is going to run the ball good, and he's going to have a ton of touches. And to me, that's even more. To me, it's his most impressive. I don't know that it's his best season, but it's his most impressive, because like what Andrew said, they're 4-8, they're going nowhere, and he's just out there grinding, doing it. And I'm just so happy.
I think that's a good way to. I think that's a good way to put it. It might not be statistically, it might not be his best season, but it's his most impressive season. Well, but I venture to wonder, how many touches does he have this season? Because I feel like it feels like this season he's had more touches than he's ever had.
It's 206 rushes and 59 receptions. That's 265 touches, and there's 5 weeks left. He's gonna cross. He's gonna cross. I mean, he might cost 350 touches, Andrew, because you got to figure 5 weeks left. He's getting the high of.
What's his career high?
His career high is 307 touches total.
So he could easily surpass that.
Easily.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to get to.
It's happening.
And this feels
lube up.
And this feels like
this is happening.
Lube up for actual running back touches, not passes, not receptions. It seems like this year is way higher than any other year.
Yeah, your boy Alan asked a good question. Could Kamara's needle guy improve my grip strength? That's a great question.
Can we change topics real quick? There's one thing I want to bring up.
It better not be about my sound quality.
If you look at the top vote getters in the Pro Bowl right now, you will find that in the NFC at punter, Matt Hayball is the number one vote getter.
Dave,
no way.
I think
amongst
all right. Let's talk about this.
All punters. And
how many workers at your store do you have voting, Dave?
Are you in the mafia? Who are you holding at gunpoint? There's something nefarious going on, because I looked today. Matthew Hayball is 27th out of 34 punters. 27 out of 34 in net yards. So, undeniably,
he's number one in your heart,
which is like the biggest measuring stick. He sucks. If you want to go by average yards per punt, he's 30 out of 34.
Yeah, but he's
sucks.
He's number one in your heart.
Let me ask you. He fucking sucks. You want to know who's number 5, Ralph? In net yards per punt? You want to know who's 5?
Morstead?
Fucking Blake Gillikin.
Oh, Blake Gillikin.
Fired into the sun 2 years ago. He's number 5. All right. So by every metric, Hayball sucks. And somehow he's number 1 in Pro Bowl voting. I have to ask Dave, who do you have by gunpoint?
The bots are working.
Are you in the mob? You are a fucking mafia member. Admit it now.
Dave,
that's fucking illegal.
Wait, are you serious? Is he really number 1?
100%, I swear to God.
He must have like a lot of family in Australia.
Well, here's my question, Thomas. Did Dave DM you?
Is he like Aborigine? Is he like an Aboriginal, like Australian? He's got like some long line of family of Aboriginal family members or whatever. He's got hundreds of people, and I have no idea.
Well,
yeah, no, that's.
Here's my question though, Dave. Remember the patron that when we started having
this is Malta. Malta's coming through for me. I got an entire country coming
maybe through. Malta, but we had remember when we started having advertisers, we had a guy who was like, hey, if you need to goose those download numbers, I can create a script that can get you millions and millions of downloads.
That's right. While you guys weren't looking,
what's happening here, David.
Yeah, while you guys weren't looking, I emailed him on the side.
Dave, the cat's out of the bag. Dave's wishing that you would stop talking, Ralph, because that's the actual guy that he's talking to that has built the algorithm that is making Matthew Hayball get the votes currently.
Yeah. Stop it. I put that guy up on the side.
This is the canary in the coal mine.
Polish
this
wizard.
Is a smoking gun.
Yeah, I'm so committed to our goddamn stupid fucking podcast that I went and rigged the national NFL Pro Bowl.
I knew it.
Selection
I knew it.
And the election.
I mean,
I can't
admit it.
Can we get
admit it, Dave.
Seriously though, Thomas, can you please log in and prove this and get a screenshot of Hayball leading this? Send the link.
It would.
It was 27th out of 34.
It would be, Dave. It would be a top 3 impress most impressive things in your life.
Because this is suck.
This is amazing. And if this is true, then I need to use this right now platform to springboard and get more votes. Please.
Right.
Thomas, look that up. I'm going to get another beer.
Yeah,
This is the
all
most
this
vote.
being said,
I'm going to text Brad Knapp right now to
make sure
confirm
you
this
go on
also.
NFL.com right now and vote for Hayball as the Pro Bowl punter. Make sure you do that if you're listening to the show.
Vote early, vote often. Let's make this happen. Let's get Hayball over the line.
Thanks
Thomas,
to
give us
Jason
a quick...
Champagne for $5 with donation message. Worked late. What did I miss? You missed technical difficulties, which were a bit hilarious, I think.
Yeah, we were. We'll clean that up in the post game. Your boy Alan says rock the boat. Absolutely.
Are we at risk of not meeting our donation goal?
We might be. It could.
We are at $39 out of 100, and we are on let me check, 68-week donation streak.
I mean,
68 weeks. Wait. So 69 is
Yeah.
in peril.
Yeah, that would be insane. On a 69?
That would be a tough week to lose it.
On a 69? Jesus Christ, guys.
yeah.
On a 69.
Yeah, it would be tough. I will say, I think people are a little disappointed. Andrew, there was a point in the fourth quarter when Pettis made that catch and it was 14-14. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be drinking the mayonnaise. Like I really thought. I was like, the shot of mayonnaise has happened.
I'll be honest, Ralph. Like there was no point where I thought we were winning. There was no point where I was like,
Really?
holy shit, we're winning this game. Like even in the first half, and I kind of figured it was only a matter of time before Stafford would figure it out and McVay would figure it out. So I was hurt less by the loss, I think, than you were. You know, like I was just like, yeah, well, you know, the better team won and they figured it out. So yeah, I don't know that it was as expensive or disappointing for me, but it was sad in the sense that the Falcons lost and we were, so if the Saints had won, we were a game back and it made for a fun Sunday afternoon.
It did.
I have to say, like, I really enjoyed it in the sense that the Falcons lost and the Saints game was exciting and we had a chance and we could have made this like one game back in the standings. And I feel like for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, like that's basically been our life. Like, hey, if this team loses and this happens, like we're only a game out and we're close. You know, like I feel like that's been our life as Saints fans for a while.
Oh, deception!
Who 69.
Whoa, who that go for 20 buckaroo super
Wow.
chat interception.
Thank you.
I don't think it's who. It's more like 69.
Yeah, he's another one. He gets the assignment. Like he sent me some just absolutely disgusting stuff
Nice.
to drink.
How
So-
far off are we right now?
$41. I just updated the meter.
Okay. Well, you might have to tolerate a YouTube donation to get us closer.
Oh,
Yeah.
deception!
Screw the Rams, screw the Giants, 9 and 8 here we come.
Even closer now! Drink the Mayo Cripple! 28.3 buckaroo
People may.
donation.
Mayo grip.
We are less than $13 away. Oh,
Rain.
there you go, Andre Jude! That was
It's
fast!
like cold. It's like a.
Oh, we're on soundbite!
69, baby!
Wow. All right. So.
Come
so
on, guys!
what?
And why are you always 1 cent away from the interception? You know, you don't like the interception
what,
soundbite?
Yeah, I don't like it.
So who that
Oh,
golfer?
that-
What do you want me to drink? Who that golfer? Sour berry or the Tamara? Rind.
Go Sourberry. It's higher alcohol.
Tamarind.
I speak for him.
Now, and update. Wait, I think I'm on NFL's website. I think Hayball might be in second place now.
Oh, whoa!
I don't know.
Dave,
the
you need to
punter-
start putting someone. You need to start giving
Well-
someone the bath If you know what I
Wait,
mean.
why did it?
Not
I don't
the
understand these
fast
numbers.
boy, not the
What do these numbers mean? 33 and 20, 29 and 20, 28 and 20, 27 and 20.
In 20, 20. How did
You know that Dick Tracy reference? Not the bath.
20 inches.
Yeah.
You
20
need-
inches. Anyway,
your shitty
Hayball-
audio needs to give someone the bath, Dave.
Hayball, I believe, is in second. Townsend from the Houston Texans is in first place, I believe. And he looks like
Thank you, Kevin.
he looks like if Edie Falco and who's the quarterback of the Jaguars? What's his name?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he looks like Trevor. He looks like Trevor Lawrence if he dyed his hair black.
Oh wow.
EJ Gamage says Fox Sports shows Hayball as the
All right.
leader.
So
of
the sour berry.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's fake news.
The sour berry. It smells like vodka.
No
and
one
blue-
gives a
and-
shit. Drink
and
it.
blue Gatorade mixed together.
Great. Now drink it.
You're probably gonna fucking love it. I don't know why anybody's sending you this.
I know.
See,
Ralph seems
people
like,
are missing the
that's
assignment.
great.
Shut the fuck
Delicious.
up.
No, I'm not gonna shut the fuck up.
You're right, Dave. That was really good.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
see,
no.
look at him. Like
That's Andrew's
the
fault.
smoked salmon. That's what we need. We need smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Strong though.
I
I give it like
licorice.
like on the delicious scale, it's like a 10, but on like the Ralph disgusting meter, it's like a 7, 6.5.
7? That's
7?
it? No.
Yeah.
No, it's a 3.
Dude, he didn't even flinch.
We
He didn't
never
even
went
slap
below
the
5.
table. It's
Come
a
on,
3.
man.
even-
Come
It's
on,
a
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's a 3.
it's sour berry. I mean,
Yeah.
we got but we got some fat. Like we got
So
some
7 is just
What else you got? What else you got, Nancy? Come
He
on.
says 7.
Bring
I
us
got the
bring us something
tamarind.
good.
We got
Not
some-
tamarind. It's not tamarind.
What is it then?
Tamarant.
Yeah,
Sally-
tell
Your
Sully
boy
you
Alan
don't
says,
need assistance.
Sally, we don't need assistance.
It's the Marantz.
Sally she is raging right now. They might have had like breaking Astros news or Christmas decorating is going off the rails. Could be either
What
one.
is she? What is she decorating?
The tree. I was excited, by the way. I finally got
Why
her
are
to
you
buy
not helping?
because I'm crippled. Like, you don't want me helping. We bought a new tree this year, Dave. The new
Fake
tree
tree.
is life changing.
Are you a fake tree family?
Fake
We're a
tree.
fake tree. Hand up.
Fake
We're
tree.
a fake tree family here. Yeah.
Fake
that's
tree.
all right.
First new tree we've gotten like 15 years. It's amazing. It's so easy. So
Comes with the lights. You can't.
Yeah.
See, when I grew up, let's take a little trip down memory lane while we're waiting for Andrew to come back here. But when I grew up, we had the tree and you put it together. It was a fake tree, but you still had to put it together. And by put it together, I mean like you had the one pole and then you had to put the large branches in the different slots on the bottom and the medium branches on the different slots in the middle and then the small branches on the slots in the top. And then unlike any tree now, you had to light it yourself. You had to take either your colored lights or your white lights and string them around the tree.
Now it's all just boom, boom,
now
boom.
you cannot, because I have tried. You cannot buy a tree that does not come with lights on it.
Yeah.
You cannot buy an artificial tree that does not have lights on it.
Yeah. The fake trees are amazing, and I wholly
They're
endorse.
good.
That.
They come with pine cones, the fake little some mild flocking.
So now we need to have a serious discussion. The hotline it's struggling.
Jesus.
We had Dave
On life support.
a season low 7 calls. This is your baby. I guess the hotline was on a bye week, just like the Saints. 70% of the hotline is just the hotline MVP favorite, Dustin, from the mother bleeping Discord, calling in, time traveling. But there is a surprise at the end. And no, it's not our cousin from Boston, but I promise you're going to like it. Thomas, hit the hotline.
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Hey man, this is Dustin J from the motherfucking Discord. Kirk Cousins choke, the official symbol of the Atlanta Saints. Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully we can beat the shit out of the Rams. I'm gonna call back at halftime with hopefully a pleasant update later. Hey man, this is Dustin J. It's now halftime. Yeah man, we shut them motherfuckers out at half, man. We like playing weird defense that like they ain't getting no points. Run the table, we're going 10-7. Hey Dave and Juju, shut the fuck up, alright?
Look, it's 6-0. Saints are up at the half right now. All the talking heads in the national media said the Saints were going to lose. Every single talking head. As of right now, I think we're going to win a close game. Saints got this game by 3. Who dat? Hey, do you guys remember that Marquez Valdez Scantling oil spill from the 80s? All those seals died. It was really sad. It was in Alaska.
Well, this was the most enjoyable loss of the season. You got beat by a better team.
The Rizzi train. Let's keep rolling it, I guess. But, you know, I got full faith in the man. I think he's a good fucking coach. We can't hold him on the fact that we got a bunch of fucking senior citizens playing football out there. That ain't his fault. That's Mickey's goddamn fault.
Gentlemen, it's Adam, the radio voice from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, giving you a call after this Rams loss. Yes, it is a loss, but I don't think the Rizzi magic is gone one bit. These guys fought hard. If this was a Dennis Allen-led team, it would be 35-10, no doubt in my mind. The bigger loss in this whole thing, obviously, is of Taysom Hill, and more than likely probably lost him for the rest of the year. Hopefully not. I hope that wasn't his last game as a Saint. Andrew, you had said this team has 5 wins in there. I had said the same thing. I think we're looking at a 6-10 season. We need you guys. You're our therapy. Love the show. Take care. Who dat?
So the hotline, the uncensored version is 6 minutes long. And if you want to hear the full version of Dustin J's calls and many more, which were great, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Thomas, put that link in the chat. I'm going to give away 5 free bronze level subscriptions, 2 months free. If you're not a patron, click on the link. Boom, you can become a patron. 2 months for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Promise. It's a new tool from Patreon. I can just give them away. It's amazing. We want you to try it because we know if you try it, you're gonna love it.
I just want to react to one comment. Like the calls were great, actually. I know that you prefaced all this, Ralph, by saying it was disappointing. I thought the calls were great. I thought they were entertaining. I thought you guys did a great job. So keep it up. I mean, obviously, I hope we have more calls. So if you're listening,
I just like Thomas to do more work. The more calls, the more work.
I mean, guys, like, let's have fun together. Like, please call the hotline and tell us what you're feeling. And I don't know if you guys know Hold the Mayo, but like, I was jealous of some of the phone calls and feedback that he was getting from fans. It's like highly entertaining. And
yeah, we used to have people sing songs on this show.
Yeah, you guys have to realize, like, we're
we
like,
used to have people play instruments and songs.
Yeah,
and sing.
yeah, exactly. Like we try to be analytical and
we're not.
We try to bounce stuff off each other, but like you guys are as educated and as entertaining as we are. So like, call the hotline.
That's right.
Tell us how you're feeling, and we react to that. It's cathartic. So so please, like, put the number in your phone, make the call, tell us how you're feeling. But the last call resonated with me, and I just wanted to speak to that and say that, I agree. Rizzi, the Rizzi magic is not lost. If anything, I feel like after losing to the Rams, I like Rizzi more than I did before. And the reason I say that is I just felt like the team played their ass off. I felt like the better team won the game. Like the Rams were just better, but the game plan was good. The team played hard. Like, yeah, they didn't tackle great. And I'm not a big fan of Joe Woods. Like,
well, and here,
defensive coordinator. Like,
I'm not a big.
That's where
guy.
they missed DA. Like, I'm not a big DA fan. I'm not like clamoring to have him back, of course, but I think that's where they missed DA is the X's and O's on defense, the fundamentals, like Joe Woods and how he calls a game. Like, they missed DA there. I'm just going to be honest. Like,
I'm just saying, Dave, could we bring, you always said bring DA. They could bring him back. They give him a smaller office and they could just promise that he never has to talk to the media. So he could be the defensive coordinator. I'm just saying, like,
the point is that I like Rizzi. I like Rizzi, and losing this game changes nothing for me. He's a good coach. He's a good motivator. And, let's see how the rest of the season goes.
Here's a question.
I'm open-minded.
If I said to either of you, you can have Rizzi as the head coach and DA comes back as the defensive coordinator, but you have to say yes or no. You can't interview anyone else. Would you do it?
No.
I would.
That's a great question. It gives me.
Did you say I would or I would not?
I would. I totally like. I think it could. I think
I would not.
I'll take door number 2. Let's see what's behind door number 2.
Yeah, I agree. Because I know that, Ralph, like, I look at it as if it's Rizzi and DA, like, it might be a little bit better, but like it's probably like a 8-9, 9-8 ceiling.
Yeah. See, though, I think until they get better players, that's where they're going to land anyway. Like, I don't think necessarily.
I hear that.
Like Ben Johnson or Belichick or whoever. Like, and I'll say this,
dude, like, this year more than any other year has taught me that an elite coach, like the Denver Broncos' roster,
oh God,
fucking blows. It is so bad. And what is Sean Payton now? Is he 7-5?
8-5.
8-5. And yes, like, he does have an elite offensive line. I will give him that. Zach Strief.
Yeah, but he's doing it with Bo Nix. He's doing it with Bo Nix, and we all fucking laughed at him when he took Bo Nix.
That's right.
Because we all thought he took the bottom of the trash heap, or whatever was left after Caleb Williams and all the other guys that were taken. We were like, oh, he's desperate. He's taking Bo Nix.
But
and he's doing all that. He's doing all of that with the guy that nobody wanted. You got the team that took Caleb Williams. Where are they? You got the team that took Jaden Daniels. Where are they? Is Sean Payton? Sean Payton's making chicken salad out of chicken shit. Is what he's doing.
They have the number 1 offensive line in the league. Shout out to Zach Strief, still a good friend. and their defense is good.
Really good.
And so, like, they have figured out, okay, we have a great offensive line. We have a great defense. We're going to leverage those things. And everything else that sucks, we're not going to let that nuke us in a game. And that's what Sean Payton does. He leverages his strengths. He mitigates his weaknesses. And that's how he wins.
Well,
I feel like that kind of coach can go on any team in any situation and he can win. And so, like, I just feel like with the Saints, find what you're good at, mitigate your weaknesses. You can be good.
Well, if
you have a roster that sucks.
To your point, and
the Broncos are doing it.
To your point, though, Andrew, that's why I was so excited about the Rams game for Rizzi, in that Rizzi, from like a 20,000 foot perspective, he understood exactly how the game needed to go for the Saints. The Rams were better. We have to do this. We have to shorten the game, and we have to do these things.
I'm with you.
And to me, the fact that he was like, yeah, I'm going for 2 because I understand how this game needs to go. And if it needs to come down to one play, that's fine. Like, for him to understand that from like a 20,000 foot level, to me, that made me really excited for him.
I'm with you. And we were never getting that from DA.
Yeah, like, totally. Like, if the Saints would have scored,
DA was a defensive coach, and he was always like, we're going to win this game on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Like, what would have happened is he would have kicked the extra point. It would have been 21-21.
Yeah.
Stafford would have hit a 70-yard bomb to Puka Nacua, and the Rams would have won.
Correct.
Correct. And DA would have been like, I just believe in my defense. That's what I do. I would believe in my defense.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So listen,
Well, now wait. Now we've been talking about Rizzi. We're talking about Da. We're talking about Sean Payton. We're talking about all of this. And Ralph, I think you nixed. I think we were on the rundown. We were going to talk about, what was a more desirable job, the Saints job or the Bears job.
Yeah.
And I think you've nixed that from the rundown.
I did.
And
Thomas, two questions, Thomas. Dave's audio sucks. That's not a question, actually. That's a statement.
Jesus.
B, how far are we from a donation for another shot for Ralph?
About $53, so not that far away.
Oh, you got a wow.
Like two interceptions.
Yeah, 28. Yeah, but what I was gonna say is, because all this is brought up and is out there in the ether, I don't even now. You fucking.
Whoa, he lost his train of thought. He fucking brain cramped.
Here's what I was gonna say. With regard,
you know what's crazy about that is Dave had something profound to say. You could see it in his face,
and then
he lost it.
No. I'm not saying it was profound.
If it comes back to you, Dave, we could do it in the mailbag.
No. I don't.
So,
it's not gonna.
So it's time for. That's Kevin's music. It's time for the Saints Happy Hour. Viewer questions are brought to you by Hardhide, Ponchatoula.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Wait, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. Here
No,
we go.
Nice timing, Dave.
We're talking about head coaches. We're talking about this. Obviously, Saints.
Come
look,
hard.
You know what I think the Saints need? Yeah. The Saints need. We were talking about Sean Payton and we were talking about Rizzi and whether he's the guy or whatever. You know what I think the Saints need? The Saints need, because we are stuck with Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis is, a part of the fabric of the organization. He is here to stay. So whatever coach you hire has to work with Mickey. I think the Saints need somebody like Sean, who is going to come in here and tell Mickey what to do. I think you need a guy who's going to come in here and who has a clear vision and who is going to tell Mickey what to do and override Mickey. And I mentioned that because we were talking about, we were going to compare this about the Bears job. And I was going to say that I thought the Bears job would maybe be more desirable because you've got a general manager that's maybe younger or whatever, or maybe you can work with. Whereas you're coming in here with the Saints and you're talking about you're dealing with not an oligarchy, but it's certainly a kingdom with it's not a democracy by any means. But I feel like the best person for the Saints having to work with Mickey and the ownership what we've got in place is absolutely 100% somebody like Sean, somebody who's a strong personality, who's going to have their opinions and who's going to say, look, if you're taking me, we're doing it my way, we're going to do it this way. And that may actually override some of Mickey's what Mickey does or what Mickey's allowed to do.
That's
what I wanted to say.
Hasn't Mickey Mickey gave DA whatever he wanted. Like Mickey's gonna take
right,
it back.
But it wasn't good. You need somebody like Sean Payton who's
you need a good coach. You need a good coach
who's good at doing that.
But what I was gonna say,
I don't know if Mickey gave whatever. I
mean, he let him.
Why do you say that?
He let him redo the entire staff. He got him the.
That's the worst joke.
He let him redo the entire staff. He got him the quarterback that he wanted. Like. What else? Maybe what else? What else did DA? What else did DA like? Mickey, when they fired him, Mickey, you didn't get me this, and if you'd have got me this, then I don't want. Like he got him everything he wanted.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong.
But here's my thing about the Bears coach is, we'll see. But the Bears, when they interviewed Dan Quinn, for the head coach job, not this year, obviously, because they had Eberflus, but 3 years ago when they interviewed Dan Quinn, they made his ass fly commercial and not first class for the job interview. That is disgusting.
First of all, why are they not sending the PJ for? Why are you not sending for a head coach?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not sending a PJ.
So, like, if the Saints miss
That's ridiculous.
Gail Benson will get them, they'll treat the coach interview and their family. They will treat them like better than
Gail
all
is
these
sending
other
her fucking plane.
teams.
Gail
Yeah,
is sending,
she's
the
plane.
plane. She's sending the fucking PJ.
Yeah. I'm just
First class would be insulting. Coach is.
Are we doing the what's next?
We're doing the mailbag, Andrew. Thank you. The Saints Happy Hour viewer questions are brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Thomas, play Take It to the Top.
Roger that.
What's up? What's first up, Thomas?
All right, tons of questions this week. Opposed to the hotline. First question and amazing questions. First question from Don Checo. Pay attention, guys. Would you take Aaron Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Bryce Young, or Sam Darnold as your starting QB in 2025
Great
over
question.
Derek Carr?
Yes.
You know what? No.
I would.
No over them. Everyone.
I
would stick with Carr. I would stick with Carr.
I have to say, I would roll the dice on Bryce Young. He's looked really good for like a month.
Wait, tell me the names again, Thomas.
Aaron Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Bryce Young, or Sam Darnold. I'll go last. You guys have already.
I'm sticking with Derek Carr.
I would roll the dice on Bryce Young because if Bryce Young hits, even though he's in year 2, I'd still get like 2 years of.
I respect your
answer.
play. I respect that answer.
And he's been he's looked really like ever since the Saints game, he's looked really good. Like he looked like he looked at Alabama.
He has not looked really good. He's looked like
good.
He has potential.
Well, compared to what he was.
Yeah,
He has a pulse.
Sure.
Obviously Aaron Rodgers is out. He's too old, and he's also potentially terrible. Daniel Jones, my God, please, no, thank you. Kirk Cousins.
Cooked.
Yeah, I think he's cooked.
No.
Apparently,
Derek Carr is a better quarterback
also,
than Kirk Cousins right now.
Well,
Period.
I'm gonna need you to take I'm gonna need a screenshot. A screenshot of Ralph saying cooked Cousins. And then so you got Bryce Young and Sam Darnold. And look, Sam Darnold is doing great or not great.
That's what I was going to say. The only one that
he's doing good with Minnesota
is Sam Darnold. Like,
he's doing well with Minnesota.
The answer to this question is Sam Darnold or Derek Carr.
Yeah. Well,
Sam Darnold.
Look, Sam Darnold's doing great with Minnesota, so that gives me pause. Like Andrew said, like maybe Sam Darnold something. But I gotta admit, like Ralph's right. Like Bryce Young, since he's come, he got benched. They brought in the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
He got into a car accident. And then Bryce Young. So. Basically, Bryce Young is Wally Pipping himself after being Wally Pipped, I think. Is that how that's working?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to keep up. But anyway, Ralph's got a point. Like, something has happened. Like, in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks since Bryce Young has come back, like, the Panthers have looked pretty good. They've won some games. Bryce Young has looked decent. I don't know what it was about being benched that maybe has sparked something under Bryce Young. And again, I don't even know if this is something that's going to last forever. I'm not sure. If I had to take between the two, I'd probably take Sam Darnold. I feel like Sam Darnold has a little bit more
over Carr.
No, over Bryce Young. Would I take? I don't over Carr. Would I take any of these guys? I don't know. See that? Is that the question? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you've broken it down to the conundrum that I landed at, which is Darnold or Carr.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ralph's answer is he's going Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm a Bryce Young guy. Like,
how old is Sam Darnold?
I loved Bryce Young at Alabama. Like, I don't know. Really,
I don't know. How old is Sam Darnold? Because
Sam Darnold is young. Sam Darnold is only 27.
He's 27 and Carr is how old? 35, 36?
33.
33.
Oh, so first of all, okay, well, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like assuming both of those two are kind of the same, they're kind of equal, like there's not much, better, or worse between each of those, between Sam Darnold and Derek Carr, then I guess I'd take Sam Darnold just for the age thing, and maybe he can grow into it.
Cheaper. Yeah. Thomas, what's next?
Okay.
Well, Andrew didn't give his answer. He didn't really.
No, I did. I said I would stick with Carr. Out of
right.
all those guys,
Okay.
and again, like I'm not a big Carr guy, but I would stick with Carr. Now, if you were to throw another quarterback in there, like I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes.
Well, yeah, sure. But there's probably some guy where like
Jameis Winston.
It would tip the scales for me, but I don't think Sam Darnold is that.
Yeah. No.
Fucking Jameis Winston, man.
Nope. Jameis is
Russell
not.
Wilson.
Russell Wilson has played well this year.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield.
Right.
I think I like. Okay, so I mean, Thomas just threw that name out. I think he was joking. But like, if you were to ask me right now, as the Saints starting quarterback, I could have Carr or Russell Wilson. Like that's a tougher answer for me than everyone else we just discussed.
I mean,
I think I might go with Russell Wilson.
What about Bo Nix?
Yeah, I take Bo Nix.
No, I'm not taking Bo Nix unless I can have Sean Payton with him. I don't trust Bo Nix with any other coach.
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same as Ralph.
All right, like Bo Nix, he's doing wonderful, and he might end up being really good. But
but Derek Carr is 33, going on 34. Like, you give me a 21-year-old quarterback, like that's.
Bo Nix is not 21. Bo Nix is 25.
No, you don't understand though. Like, he's on a minimum deal.
No, I hear you.
So you got 4 years with that guy, and if he sucks, then you take a quarterback in the top 10 with the next pick. So, I would pick Nix over Carr.
Yeah. What's next, Thomas?
Okay, that was a long one.
It was.
Next question.
I mean, as far as like all those like rookie quarterbacks though, like honestly, like you got Bo Nix in Denver. He's learning from Sean Payton, but you've got Jaden Daniels who's learning from who's
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. I mean, and you've got Caleb Williams in Chicago. He's not learning anything. Like as far as like future success is concerned, and like what they're absorbing now as rookies, like Bo Nix he's got to be learning a lot from Sean Payton. Yeah. And he's got to be learning way more than Caleb Williams is learning from his backup coach that, seriously.
I would still be steadfast in what I said pre-draft, and nothing that I've seen to this point would change my opinion, which is that Jaden Daniels is still the best quarterback. Caleb is second, and Bo Nix is third.
Wow. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna get Jaden Daniels in 2 weeks. So, Thomas, what's next?
All right. Hopefully, Dave won't interrupt me this time. Question from Trivia Master Budrich. He asks, if you had to completely overhaul one position group, what should it be? And have different answers.
Wow. All right, Andrew, you can go first.
I mean, overhaul is a tough question in the sense that, like, I mean, does this assume that the overhaul works, right? Like,
yes.
Okay. Well,
and like you get to keep one or two people, and then you got to get rid of
quarterback. I'll overhaul quarterback, and all of a sudden, quarterback is amazing, right? But I think the position group that needs the biggest overhaul is offensive line. And I know, like, here's the thing, like, I know that is, like, Saints fans hate offensive line picks. We just picked Fuaga. We picked Penning before that. Like, we picked McCoy before that. Like, Ruiz. Like, there's way too much history of offensive line being picked. And Saints fans are like, I'm sick of that. I want other positions. But, like, our offensive line blows. It fucking blows.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what blows
bad.
worse. I'll tell you what blows worse.
Well, you can fucking answer this question for yourself, Ralph. My answer is offensive line. I pass to you.
Defensive line sucks worse. Because the offensive line, for all its problems, for all its injuries, the Saints' offensive line is middle of the road. When you combine the run and the pass and the offense, like, the offense is not an abomination. It struggles. It has issues. The defensive line, the Saints are third worst run defense. If you go advanced analytics, the only team that's worse against the run are the Giants. And, oh, by the way, they're bottom 6 in pass rush win rate. This defensive line is atrocious. Brian Bresee is really good pass rushing, but he can't stop the run. Granderson, you're the UDFA son. He's a nice player, but he's not. I wouldn't even say he's like a B+ defensive end. You need, I think, 3 guys. You need 2 ends and a defensive tackle, or 2 defensive tackles and an end. Like, you need a massive rebuild on this defensive line.
3 guys. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I think when you look at the Saints, when you look at this year and you take away DA being a terrible coach and the injury apocalypse, I think the thing that's doomed them more than anything else is this defensive line sucks. Chase Young. The run defense has fallen off a cliff. It was getting bad. It was bad last year. Now it's horrific. And they can't rush the passer. Like, that's my group. Like, defensive line, they need bodies. And the thing is, it's really hard to find, like, Lucas Patrick is as much of a, like, kind of like average, below average guy that he is. You can find, like, guards and offensive linemen that can, like, be like flex seal and, like, hold it together. It is so freaking hard to find decent defensive linemen in the bargain bin, like the Saints are going to have to do this offseason. The only way to fix this is through the draft. So defensive line would be my answer. Dave, what's your answer?
Well, I don't disagree with any of your answers, but we were specifically asked to pick something different, so I can't double up on anything you guys said. I'll go with wide receiver. Like, let's overhaul it. Let's keep Olave as your veteran guy, let's keep Olave as your star guy.
Is this Guardian cap wearing Olave or non-Guardian cap wearing Olave?
At this point, I don't think it matters. I think he's fucked either way. Let's keep him. Let's see what happens. And we'll keep MVS as, like, your veteran guy that you always need. And let's get rid of everybody else and overhaul it. A.T. Perry, he's already gone. He's already with Denver, I think. Let's get rid of everybody else. Let's get some receivers in here. Do I think that that's, like, the number one thing that needs to be done to fix this team? No, I think you guys kind of addressed that and picked more important positions, but we were all asked not to repeat, so I'm going to pick something else. But I think wide receiver, that'd be a big help.
Yeah. Thomas, what's next?
Okay, final question of the show belongs to Mixie Hoodad, and it's a long one. Data shows over the past 3 months that Kevin is averaging 11.77 mock drafts a day.
Is that true?
Feels true.
With his priorities shifting from being a mock draft GM guru to a living legend love guru, what are the chances Kevin finishes the season on mock draft IR and has to give up the draft GM title to Ralph or Juge?
That would be horrible.
It's a great question.
I just hit my thing. I haven't been on the Discord to check. Has he been sharing his latest.
Oh, of course.
I'm not gonna. Because I don't want to discuss.
There's a dedicated channel. Come on, man.
No, I know. But all right. Well,
we might have to call up a patron like Jason Champagne, one of the people in the mock draft.
So is it out of bounds for me to say that like Kevin, like a mini Kevin Love update, that he's dating and he's kind of happy right now?
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Don't want to. You can say it. I'm scared to say it.
I'm just gonna say no. I'm not gonna. That's all I'm gonna say is that he is he's been monogamous with a certain woman. And they have been exclusive and dating, and he's been happy about it. That's what I'll say.
That's a channel.
Yeah.
No, we might have to. We might have to. The Wicker Man. We might have to drive. If Kevin has to.
Yeah, he did a few yesterday.
Yeah.
Kevin,
we got lots of options.
Peek behind the curtain. Kevin texted us. What was that? Thanksgiving Eve or whatever.
Yeah.
He was feeling himself.
He was feeling himself.
He had a little something to drink, I think.
Kevin Jr. on the way.
Yeah.
That's
no plan B needed this time. No plan B needed.
Which means it's only a matter of time before all of this falls apart.
So negative, Dave. So negative.
I already have my, the music ready.
Reverse psychology.
I feel good for our boy now. I feel like 2025 is going to be the year of Kevin. I feel it.
The year
guys,
of Kevin.
Thanks for sending your questions. The questions we don't get to, me and Dave will get to them in the mailbag, and we love all your questions. So keep right after the show. So send them in. We love them. Keep them coming. All right, it's time for game predictions. Thomas, let's get.
We have not gotten to our donation update, which is fine. If we don't reach our donation update, it's fine. We'll reset the clock, but you do have about 10 more minutes to get those in.
So what do we got for last week? The game predictions, Thomas.
Yeah, maybe quick donation update. Drink the Mayo Cripple is still in the lead with Ranamok, Hudat Goffa, and Andrew tied for second place with $20. We are less than 53 bucks away. Sorry, from drinking what, Ralph?
I'll drink it.
But what is that?
Tamarind vodka.
Oh,
Smirnoff tamarind.
Wow. Yeah.
Tangerine vodka.
Sounds disgusting. I'll tell you what's.
Wait, it's Smirnoff? It says Smirnoff tamarind.
It's disgusting. But hard hide is delicious. Look at this.
Look at that.
Let's
There's
look
Andrew,
at the results.
The only idiot to predict the Saints to win.
So only Andrew predicted the Saints to win. But nothing changed at the top because Alvin Kamara had a great game. Blake Groupie with 10 points netted. Dave +1 fantasy point. And to my surprise, Kevin Austin Jr. had a pretty good game. But that wasn't even enough for 0 points. -2 points for Kevin. So that was bad. That blew up in his face. Let me change the graphic. And
Andrew was able to pick Alvin Kamara this late in the season?
That's right.
It was his Joker. Right. That was his Joker. He still had his Joker.
Welcome to how the game works and how to fucking get
you got owned, Dave.
To stay in the lead. Yep, that's right.
So Andrew still has a 10-point lead over Dave.
And how you stay ahead.
So here's the thing. I guess I go first because I'm last. Saints, by the way,
you're in last place with 11 points. Kevin is with 12 points. I am with 15 points. And then Andrew in a seemingly insurmountable lead at 25 points. I don't know how he does it. Even though there's got to be, we didn't mention this. I didn't take a victory lap because I was still unsure, but
you don't deserve a victory lap.
Well, no. My undrafted free agent is currently in the lead to be in the Pro Bowl, and I think that's got to be unprecedented times. I think we're in unprecedented times here. This has got to be worth either extra points in this contest or extra points in something. I don't know, but this is. Come on, Carl Brandis ain't making the Pro Bowl.
I'll give you 1 point for that, and deduce 1 point for being dumb in the DMs earlier tonight, man. Come on.
Nice.
Come on, man. I sent him the list of who he picked already, and he's like, Picking Foster Moreau, who he already picked.
Well, let's...
Come on,
I can't
man.
wait till my turn. I can't wait till my turn now. I'm going to eviscerate you.
I'll go. By the way, the Saints are a 4-point favorite. That's how bad the Giants are. The 4-8 Saints. The 4-8 Saints are favored by 4 at New York. It's Tommy DeVito time. Get your shine box on.
Get your fucking shine box.
So here's
we'll
the thing.
play the montage again next week if we win.
Just fire it up if they win again, Thomas. It's content. It's evergreen. Here's the thing with this game, and I want to ask each of you this guy. Like, if the Saints go like say they beat the Giants and the Raiders and Tampa at the end of the year, but 2 of the 3 wins are like rock fights, does that not help Rizzi as much? Because they're just like, well, they beat 2 horrible teams.
The answer is yes. Now, what's your pick, Ralph?
So
basically you want to know whether Darren Rizzi's job is like the college football, the AP ranking.
Yeah, the style points. Yeah, the style points matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Quit distracting.
No.
What's your pick?
No.
What's your fucking pick?
So this is going to be a gross, disgusting game. This is going to be a gross, disgusting game. I think my score was 17 for the Saints, 16 for the Giants.
Ew.
Just a totally that's right. A totally disgusting December football game. Blake Groupie at the gun, not because the Saints did anything extraordinary. The Giants are going to do something incredibly, incredibly dumb to lose this game. I feel it in my bones. Blake Groupie at the gun, 17-16 Saints.
I'm going next.
Who's your player of the game, Ralph?
Nah, like hell you are. You are going last, motherfucker.
Wait. Who's your player of the game, Ralph?
Groupie. He said it. Groupie. He said that.
Groupie, let me just show you the graphic from last week. Who did you pick? Oh no, you picked Juwan Johnson, but you still cannot pick Groupie. I told you in the DMs, Ralph.
Oh, dude. So who did I pick?
This whole thing.
Who did I pick?
Jesus, well, you picked Derek Carr, man.
Oh, well, there you go.
Christ.
Derek Carr.
All right. Look, I'm going to say this. This whole thing is a fucking disaster. We're in week 13. Give us a... You know what? I'm going to wait till my turn because I got a whole rant. You were talking, I sent him all the picks and blah, blah, blah. You just fucking Kevin go and I'm going to go.
So can Kevin go?
Yeah, Kevin can go.
Kevin can always go, man. So who do you think Kevin picked, guys?
Kevin can always go. Kevin can always go because he's not here on the goddamn podcast. He just gets to go. He gets to pick whatever he wants to pick, and whatever he picks, we gotta just work around him and deal with it. Because Almighty Kevin, Queen Kevin, he just gets to pick whoever he wants to fucking pick.
He picked the Saints,
and he's still last. I mean, second to last. Yeah, he picked the Saints to win, and he picked the Saints to win big. Wow. 27-13.
Who was the player of the game?
And his play of the game. Kevin doesn't shy away from the defense, guys. Alontae Taylor is his play of the game.
Yeah, nice.
Not bad pick.
No,
a lot of PBUs, a lot of sacks.
Go for it, Dave.
All right, it's my turn. I'm gonna totally fuck Thomas up because originally I was thinking, I'm feeling the. Oh wait, no wait,
Come on, man.
Oh, never mind. I'm going with what I originally picked. I thought I originally picked the Saints. But then I texted all of my friends in New York. And talked to them, and they were like, "Oh my God, no!" They were like, I asked them. I said, "Who should I be on the lookout for? Saints Giants this weekend. I'm recording my podcast in an hour. Give me your predictions, prognostications. What should I do?" Well, my one buddy said, "Do the Saints have a pulse? If yes, they should win." Throw deep balls to MVS as the Giants cornerbacks suck. I didn't even know. I'm surprised he even knew that MVS was a thing for us.
That's right.
What's going on? Is word getting out? Do people know that?
Out of the bag.
He's a hot fantasy pickup, man.
The entire league knows that the guy we picked up 3 weeks ago is our best fucking wide receiver. Shit, we're fucked. My other buddy sent me the Rocky 3 gif of what's his face saying my prediction pain. Dexter Lawrence hurt. Their offensive line hurt. Their wide receivers drop it like it's hot. Their running backs are okay, but whatever. And Drew Lock isn't good, but he will try. So that's your inside info from people in New York that are Giants fans. I am going to go with, I thought I picked the Saints, but I didn't, and I'm glad that I didn't. I'm going with, what did I say I was going to do? I'm going with Giants 24, Saints 17.
Oh, God.
We're going to lose. And then Thomas has been asking for our players of the game like in advance, which we haven't been doing all season, and he's got a reason for doing it, which that's fine. I don't care about his reason. We haven't
been doing all season. We have been doing all season.
No. We have not had to text. We have not had to let him know ahead of time.
Incorrect.
He's always let us.
Incorrect.
No. Thomas, can you chime in?
It's been about
please?
a month. He's been asking us ahead of time.
I mean,
yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks where he's asked us ahead of time, and every fucking week prior to that, he hasn't asked us. We've been able to make them on the spot, okay? And so I have no idea who I picked. It's week 13. I can't.
You picked nobody, man.
No. Don't put anything up. I can't remember who I've picked. And to my family who's yelling out there, please leave me alone, okay? So I'm asking him. I'm like, can you help me? Like, who have I picked? Who have I not picked? He sends me a list on Twitter. He sends me a list. Chase Young, 2 in parentheses -2. Taysom Hill, 2.9 in parentheses +1.
Who gives a shit? Only the names matter. Come on, man.
My point is what was that
list? The same thing, and I know exactly what it means. So maybe you're fucking stupid.
I am stupid.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
What does that list mean? What does that list mean?
Like,
it's who you picked. Those are the people you've picked, and those are the points that you got from those picked people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Like, it's the first number is the fantasy points.
+1.
That means you got a point.
You got
come
+1
on,
from
man.
that pick.
Even Rob gets it, man.
That's irrelevant. Focus on the people that you picked.
I can't even read, and I understood it.
Like, learn to fucking open your eyes. I don't know what to tell you.
Dave, that's your IQ in parentheses, man. You know, the first one. The first one.
All right, so
who am I picking? I'm picking.
Wow. I'm giving you Jake Hayner, man. Come on.
Please do. Just give him an automatic negative
Archie
5.
Manning.
-5.
I'm picking. No. I'm gonna pick
-5.
No. I gotta pick a defensive guy because there's nobody left on offense.
Please do.
I'm looking at the list now to see who I picked.
Adam Prentice, man. Come on, Adam Prentice.
Oh my God, I'm picking
Thomas deducting points.
No, I'm picking. Who's the guy on
The
Nathan Shepard.
guy on defense was he literally about to say that?
Yeah, he was.
Who's
Nathan
the guy
Shepard.
Yeah, I'm picking. I'll pick Cam. Give me Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan.
Jesus, well, such a bad pick. Come on,
God.
man.
All right, well, Thomas,
-2 points incoming.
I will shorten this for you. That was painful. That was insufferable.
No kidding.
Yeah.
This whole contest is
Tulane losing has Dave discombobulated.
Dave is discombobulated because Tulane sucks and they got fucking owned by Memphis. They're out of the top 25. They're not in the top 12. They're not in the college football championship because his team sucks. Get used to it. Welcome to being an LSU fan. Saints win 20-17.
Wait a minute.
Fuck off. Stop talking. Saints
I like
win.
how you ended
Saints win
I
20
like
to
how you
17.
ended that
My
with welcome.
MVP is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We're going to get another bomb because he does one every week. MVS, that's my guy. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Then plus 2 points incoming again. I mean, maybe.
Saints legend, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. All right, so
Hey, what's your
can't
dad, Andrew? Speaking of locking it in,
I'm the only one picking
it's
the
been
Giants.
a while since he joined us in the chat.
All right. So thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. I can't believe we managed to go 2 hours. We were at like an hour with like no topics left. The mailbag, the game picks, and the hotline took an hour. How did that happen? But thanks to everybody who donated during the show. Thomas, recap it for us.
All right, so we are on a 69 week donation streak.
Hey now.
I think we should just end it there.
We had a slow start, but then we got to it. Thanks to Oppenheimer, to Jason Champagne, to Sean Lanier, to Badrich, to Andrew, to Who Dat Golfer, to Run Amok, and to the MVP for the first time ever with a mysterious nickname. 28.3 buckaroos donated. Who is the one and only Drink the Mayo Cripple? Congratulations!
I don't like that. I appreciate the money, but I don't like the slander. They don't get to write on the whiteboard. Just kidding. Just kidding. DM Thomas and we'll let you.
Brother?
You can write. We can Big Hill Energy. You can write on the whiteboard. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the show and we made you laugh, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Before you go, click on the link in the description of the podcast and you get 2 months for free just by signing up. 2 months. Boom. Bronze level. Try us out for free. Promise you're going to love us. Give us a shot. Every little bit helps. Makes the show a little bit better. Don't forget to follow us on the socials and wherever you get your podcast. Thanks to Dave, Andrew, Kevin for hopping in for 30 seconds, and Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. Until next time, the bar is closed.